weekend, but I want to get some game writing done. So we'll see what happens. Alright. What does it say in here? Oh. Trigger things and guns. Okay. So I think we have these options on Inkle. Can I link to this? This is gonna be a hell of a project, man. I will figure it out. Could be simpler, but we'll see. Interesting. Okay. So I do want to break out some of the structuring systems. I have some stuff in my old documents we'll see. I've written some stuff out. Yeah, so we'll do like, what should we jump into here? I could start scoping out the story. I might think about the system though. Story branch. Then we have the like P1. Yeah, this is like builder. Yeah, dungeon events. Why did that P2 use some other? I mean, that feels like a lot. I think this is P3 and this is P2. Is the like world events. P4. This is like the main. What's this tell me? This tells me that the story needs to be it's like the branches types will each have their own priority. So like alright. Alright, so that seems fine. Obviously, we just start really simple. Like a queue for each story. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like a range, right? Yeah, and this could be like range based off level, right? Where do I have these events priority? Like, pool has, some specific drops by land type and land level. Specific, likewise with dungeon, Yeah. Hmm. Let's just get most of the ideas down here. Yeah, build a queue for each story layer. Takes things queue. Yeah, maybe rather than a prioritization, it's a queue. No, I think it's like a prioritized queue, right? Just do some notes here. Okay. Dungeon events. Yeah. Type unique. Follow up ending. That's an interesting thing, right? We can have like events contact.
I am not frightened of dying. Any time will do, I don't mind. Why should I be frightened of dying? There's no reason for it, you gotta go sometime.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure I'm super sold on this particular idea, but we'll figure it out. One day at a time, right, folkies? Get some of the structure stuff out. New world dialogue. Yeah. Just say like, yeah. I want to get the event types in. Ending. Okay. So essentially there'll be like 3 types, right? Okay, so I kind of get my layout. Yeah, okay, so like everything, so like every event property. Okay, so let's just think about what the property is going to have here. So like essentially, like event property. Like a system, which would be like, you know, which is like, you know, the baby's screaming. And the children were screaming. He's waking up hungry. Let me see if he's gonna fall back asleep or if I can get him. No, he's freaking out. Alright, be right back. I got the monitor. I got him on the monitor here. So, I think we should be good. Alright. Alright. I should charge my phone because this thing will wreck it. Wreck it. I'm gonna wreck it. Such a good movie. Wreck it, Rodolfo. Great. He's just chugging. Okay, so it's a dungeon, world map. It'd be like priority. Alright, I should just break this out like this. Dungeon. So then we'll do like 1 through 10 maybe. Like 1 through 10. 1 is like forced. Next event in system. I'll just do like 9 is like maybe it's just like, you know, this is like a log curve essentially. So this is like pretty much 100%. And this like logs downward. Maybe. Lost his bottle. Alright, 1 second. I'm gonna check up on this little buddy again. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So then we want to do like the choices, like like text, choices, character, speaker, text choices. Okay. Let him fuss a little bit. Just fed him, so I think he'll be fine. Wait till 11:40, and if he's still salty, then I can go help him out. He has fallen silent again. Alright. Alright, he's just kind of grouchy, so we'll give him a few minutes. Okay. Should I put this over there so I can see the light go red? Is it just like all tangled? Oops. Okay, here we go. Level of yelling. He's just chilling. Okay. That's fine. Level of baby rage from 1 to rage. From 1 to endless. From 1 to Trendamere. he seems to be passing back out. Yeah, he's just passing a turn a little bit. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Having a baby doesn't help with writing productivity. Okay, so conditions, you know. Effects. This could be like a boolean there. Okay, so that's kind of like, and then like from 5 up. This could probably just be broken into like 2. That's probably the best way to do it. Well, it's a super simple system. That's the best part. Alright. Maybe I'll work on some of the fun writing bits. Maybe. Just my music here for a sec. Okay. So I think I'm feeling better about this general structuring. And probably the next thing I'll do now is break out the log line a little bit. Hmm. Good. He slumbers once again. The rage baby. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the final log line here. It's here. Alright. I think that's a lot of the... For the earth, build a queue, yeah. Ranking system in town, yeah. It's like town. Yeah, like, I should still put this in here, like, maybe like the, yeah, like the... Yeah, I'll do like forced priority. Yeah. Okay, I think I got most of this kind of set up. Alright. Let's see here. I top off my water, though. don't know where my... Oh well. Alright, let's jump over to the log line and start breaking out a beat sheet here. Alright, let's just do... Thank you for the follow, Kickstand. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Alright, it's the character sheet. Yeah, so let's do the 4 essentials. I want to put this in here. And then then we're going to do the 4 essentials. How are you? I'm bored. I know D&D streamers are doing writing or campaigns, so I'm here. Well, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I know, well, this is actually video game writing, what I'm doing here. So, if, it's kind of like D&D. We're actually basing a lot of the D&D concepting off of that. One of the fun one-shot, is it here? Do I have it? We've streamed some D&D. No, I don't even know. I think it's Populi. The closest thing to D&D in this writers category. That's true. That's true. Let me see. We actually have a really fun one of my favorite. It's in the Elements. Oh goodness. The Elemental campaign that came out a while back, but we did a little one-shot that we just improvised, and it was really fun. Let me see if I can find it for you.
Right, so pretty much what happened last time.
Yeah, so here you go. So if you're looking for some D&D stuff, that's a one-shot from our campaign that kind of was a really fun little side story. That was one of the more fun ones I think we did in a while. But welcome, and thanks for the follow. Yeah, so yeah, I'm working on a video game right now. I think it's titled wrong, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be, I'll survive. It'll survive. So the thing we're gonna try to figure out, and this is a good thing if you like D&D, is the 4 essentials. So the thing you look for is inciting incident, antagonist, characters, external want. Need. Ooh, a video game. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, like, we're doing the narrative for it tonight. If you're curious about it, you can join my normal Discord, and then so this is the concept line for it. So the inciting incident is, so this one I think we've kind of locked in. So it goes. How do you make a good game storyline since you're writing a game? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to making sure to balance freedom and guidance, right? And so saying, hey, like the most, if a character, if a player can come up with a better story than me, they should be able to do it, right? So making sure they have enough freedom to chase the storylines that are interesting. But this is going to be kind of a roguelike, so we're also going to have a mix of procedural storytelling along with kind of a main arced story. So that's interesting. So yeah, it's been a balance. I've done a lot of the data structure up here. It's like what's going to be the properties of each event. How can I define this in a way that I can have randomness and I can have different events come up. But if something is linked, I can make sure that it's going to have a linked plot line. But a lot of it is it's going to be tricky because it's just how much the player wants to engage with a lot of it. And some of it is if I think I wonder too if they skip if they because that'll be hard to do since I suck at making stories. Well, that's not a kind thing to say. I mean, stories are like anything. It just takes practice, right? And it takes learning the tools. One of the biggest tools you'll ever find is using a log line. I have a lot of books down below in my little recommendations section. Those books are really helpful. The fantasy fiction formula is one of the best, books that gives you the most techniques, the most just tools to add to your story tool belt. I mean, that's what storytelling really comes down to: is how many tools do I have in my tool belt, and then I can just solve more problems. Um, it's like, um, it's like doing woodworking. Like, yeah, if you only have a whittling knife, you might be able to do some cool stuff with that. But if you have wood chisels and a lathe and all these tools, you'll be able to make really complicated woodwork art, right? And I think it's exactly the same thing with stories. A log line is a 1 to 3 sentence summary of the main spine of your plot. So for the novel I'm working on, this is the log line for my novel. And this over here is the log line for the game. So it's a 1 sentence kind of kickoff for the main plot. So yeah, he should have a sense of its rarity. Like, what does he want? Does he want wealth? Yeah. It's like it should tie in. Yeah, so a lot of this is like free writing, honestly, and just sort of saying, okay, free writing is another really, really great tool. Well, in that case, the storyline thing is done for my game. Well, that's fantastic. And one of the cool things is, free writing is a really great tool. There's a good video there for your reference, and that's what so much of it comes down to, especially if you like D&D and these types of things. A couple of sentence summary of the story. Well, then you're halfway there. Then the next thing you usually want to do is to break the story out into the 4 essentials, which is your inciting incident. What's the trigger? Who's the antagonist? What's the external want? What is the hero's goal? And then what do they actually need? Which is always really, really important. It's 3 a.m. Oh man, is it stormy where you are? That's intense. It's kind of nice though, right? And then figuring out how these all depend on each other. So like the need, like what do we go that we often only problem is I have to try to keep immersion without messing with the story. Cause you're doing D&D, so yeah, I've done a few campaigns in my day. I'm gonna turn on to night mode because my eyes are getting tired. But a lot of it is having interchangeable hooks, right? So saying, I want this story event to happen. I can let the player choose anything. Like, they can talk to the storekeeper, or they can talk to the, crazy guy in the mountains. But no matter who they talking to, they will get the information they need to kick off that story event. Those are a lot of the tools in D&D that are pretty helpful, I find. I don't actually play D&D or DM. I just homebrew and world build. That's awesome. That's awesome. I know a lot of folks that do some really cool homebrew content. I should have specified what kind of game. It's all good. There's so many cool emergent narratives out there now. I think that's what's so fun to see. Yes, so I'm glad we're figuring this stuff out, because I have not thought at all about this. Yeah, the sense of like, one really, really helpful thing that I always love to reference. Let me see if I still have it in OBS. This is another really, really helpful tool. So this is sort of like what the human yearnings are. Control situation. Yeah, the sense of being somebody, because I feel like maybe I'll watch that and take some notes. So I feel like this is sort of like, loss of identity. This is... I don't think if people get game mixed up with D&D games. Oh, so you're working on something different? Yeah, well, give me if you feel comfortable sharing, yeah, feel free to share the logline for your game and what you're working on. Always excited to see what folks are. I always think that everybody has such wonderful stuff. Here, I'm gonna look at this one more time. Lots of future. Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, like, he should be like, doing this job to get money. The game start as you and your family watch TV, then a bomb warning pops up, then you rush to your shelter to the local campaign to get your sick kid cured of the unknown disease that could kill them. Ooh, that's cool. Post-apocalyptic. One of my friends did a post-apocalyptic one-shot that was pretty fun. It had like a school bus full of zombie kids, which was pretty scary, and it was a fun one. I've done a couple of post-apocalyptic things actually. It's been pretty cool. One of the other people I did a post-apocalyptic campaign with, like, structured the campaign from. Oh, you're coding it up. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, since you mentioned role-playing games, I thought it was going to be a role-playing game. That's awesome. You're coding it up. Yeah, this is going to be coded up as well. So fun, fun, fun. Welcome, Kickstand. I see you on the Discord there. Bum, bum. What, you're probably learning Unity, I imagine. Unity's a pretty popular. I mean, that's what I've coded our games in. I've made a few games before, if you're ever curious. Let's see. These are some of the games we've already developed, and then we're spinning up some new ones as we speak. Oh, yes, they're the same as my Twitch rules, that's correct. Mostly just try to be as... I probably should put Discord rules in now that we have a good... Using Godot, nice, nice. I've heard Godot is pretty great. I haven't, it's more like visual, right? It's more, it's less code driven, or I guess it's still pretty code heavy. Yeah. Trying to learn C#, yeah. Well, C#'s in Unity too, so it's all gravy. Procrastinating and stressing, yeah, that's okay. That's okay, you know. You have a lot of time. Most of the folks I find on Twitch are, you know, they're young folks. You all have a lot of time, and just, you know, be patient with yourself. I think so many people get bogged down with perfectionism, and they say it has to be perfect, or I'm not even gonna start. And, you know, obviously that's a very difficult framework to put upon yourself. I mean, just going, you know, just trying to say, you know, what would you tell one of your friends if they were learning to code? Would you say that they shouldn't even try if it wasn't perfect? No, I mean, maybe you'll say that to be silly, but if it was actually someone you really cared about, you'd probably say, like, hey, you know what? Just give it your best shot. So, you know, that's what a lot of people say is just, you know, I'm not trying to learn GDScript until right now until C Sharp. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, C Sharp is really useful, and Unity's a powerhouse. You know, it's pretty mind blowing what that software can do. It's impressive. Some of the secrets. No, make a difference in the kingdom. I know Batch right now and coding a dungeon crawler. That's awesome! Well, if you have them downloadable, let me know. I love dungeon crawlers. Those are my weakness. I love NetHack. I played NetHack I still play NetHack. It's great. I've played NetHack for years. Which is a very difficult game as intended. Yeah. Yeah, dungeon crawlers, they definitely have a learning curve. They definitely do. Let me think here. What is this going to be? Yeah, it's like want for impact. Yeah, like this, you know. It's like, maybe it is like the want. I do like the I'm writing everything Google Docs first. Yep. I'm writing everything. Yep. Once I start to code, I want to take my time and polish all the features. Yeah. Yeah, scoping, putting your game design docs together is really important. Also, I had a great book on game design that I'm reading right now, and I've been really enjoying it. Let me see if I can find it. This one here. This is a really great read on game design, and I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I do want exploration to be at the center, though. I think I really dislike when games are not polished or really buggy. That happens. You know, all those designers are trying their best. It's bug splatting is a lot. I mean, that's the thing. You know, it's tough for perfectionists, but it's very difficult to have a game that doesn't have bugs in the beginning, just because so many things out there. You know, or if not most of the bugs out of the game. That's a good plan. But, you know, don't go too hard on yourself. It's very, at least from my experience, especially using a game engine, it's very, very difficult to be completely bug-free. Bugs are always a challenge. They always come up. And yeah, you can tune and refine, but sometimes it's okay to have a few bugs. And then devices, like code language, can be easily bug tested. That's true. Reason being, all bugs will break the game. Nice. Well, that's a helpful thing. But some bugs don't, where it's just a calculation. Like sometimes you might be doing triple damage and not realizing it. Those are the ones that are tough. Or if it's like, oh, it works on this Windows system, but it doesn't work on that Windows system, or this Android phone, but not those Android phones. Oh man, that's when Batch is a command prompt, so it's coded in Notepad or any code editor. Nice. Well, that's awesome. Well, then I'm excited to play it. I mean, I'll always take a bug-free note. Batch will break the game. All right. Sounds great. Well, that's awesome. Well, then when it's ready, please feel free to share it in the Discord under the share stuff thing, and On some Linux and all Windows. Interesting, interesting. Huh. Well, I've heard the name, but I haven't thought of coding it in Bash. I used to know Java back in the day. Interesting. Alright, let's see here. Lots of future, loss of identity. Yeah, I feel like the future is where we want to go. Is the direction we should head in. Because this can employ power and exploration. You have to go out. Yes, yeah, sure, feel free. I do edits on the stream, so I'll edit a lot of people's story concepts, but let me see, I have to open up Twitch chat here. Yeah, always happy to take a look. But just be aware, I am making a game, and it is going to have roguelike dungeon crawler elements in it. So, if there are some similarities between our ideas, you know, just be aware. You know, I'm not trying to take anybody's ideas or anything. But let that be the caveat. Because I am making a the game I'm working on right now is kind of a roguelike style game, so so I always want to just make sure people feel okay. One for power. Okay, so I think this, yeah, this is like this sense of impact, you know, like. I don't care if anyone thinks videos. Fair enough, fair enough. That's how I feel a lot about the games and stuff too, where I'm like, that's what got me into making games, is I was like, I just want this game to be there so badly. I don't care if I make it or if someone else makes it. This is the game I want and the game I want to play. And so yeah, that's what kicked off my game design stuff. Funny enough. So I was just like, gosh darn it. I think the idea is change this up a bit. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not looking to snag any ideas. Exploration versus power at the center. What for power? Power means impact. This can be desired for more. Yeah, and you should definitely check out the two games. So I mean, one of the games that I learned a lot from these two games, because designing puzzle games is very, very mechanics intensive. So it was actually kind of nice to just really, really learn mechanics in a vacuum. And then, you know, as I've done more things, that's been really fun too. But yeah, check out our hexagon puzzles, pretty fun. Chess, if you like chess, is a lot of fun. But there are some very, very good players. There are grandmasters that play that game. And be careful, they will shark you. Let's see. Terrible. Alright, take care, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out, Kickstand, and best wishes with your game design stuff. That's awesome. I can't wait to play it. I love dungeon crawlers. Please send it to me when you are all wrapped up. Or even prototype builds. I love dungeon crawlers. Let me just get sweaty. Let me think. Wait a second. Oh, I think it's on my other. I do have a call tomorrow. Tuesday night. Gotta remember that. Oh, man. Meetings are sneaking up, and then now I actually gotta be really calendar conscious. So like 1:30 Mun, and then 8 p.m. Tuesday. All right. Yeah, let's put this over here for now. I probably shouldn't put that on my screen. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's put it right here. Alright, the dude still sleeps. He's passed out. Got about 30 minutes left of work before I do the night feeding. Sounds so terrifying, you know? The night feeding. Okay. So, let's find this ETB. I do want that one still. And then I need to go here. Okay. Alright. Okay, so what's kind of the archetype I'm looking to hit here? Power of ambition, maybe. No. Imagination, I think. Detectives, secret keepers, no. Power of reason, no. Power of will, no. Power of no. Conscience, no. Excitement, I think. Blah, 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 blah. No. So imagination we're looking for here. Or idealism. Is that imagination? Power of conscience. This is imagination. Or idealism. Hmm. Hmm. I don't think it's that. I think we're leaning towards. I wonder if that's on Netflix, because I probably should watch that. Let's see. Hmm. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, the worst thing. Yeah, like the unlikely. Interesting. I think that's what I'm kind of between. That's such a good movie. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. see, imagination. Ugh. I should do the breakdown here. Alright, we're gonna break this down here. Who is this character? Before we get to the 4 essentials. heard a baby grunt. Interesting. Thank you for the follow. Alright. Let's see here. Tricky section, tricky section. So I've been following for a while, and I was nervous first to ask because I'm not insanely best, but I want to start writing about each day from January 1st and at the end of the year, go through and read all the way through it and find myself. That's amazing. I think that's a fantastic idea. And you know, writing, I was actually talking to another folks, gentleman or person who's on the stream, and you know, writing is so much the accumulation of tools, So by doing that, by doing a project like that, you will absolutely be a better writer at the end of it than the beginning, because writing, it's like going to the gym. Yes, the tools help. The tools let you, you know, focus on specific muscles, and they let you, you know, accomplish specific goals. But just showing up and going to the gym will generate results for the most part, as long as you're being thoughtful about it. And it sounds like that's a really great plan. I couldn't encourage you more to give it a shot. Try that out. And also, how are you? I'm doing okay. Doing okay. I'm working on a new game project. So trying to... So much fun, so much work and effort, just like you said, kind of like going to the gym. Exactly. Like, I like, for me, at least, the gym has always been very therapeutic. Like, running and exercising and stuff kind of helps me be less neurotic. So, and same with writing, right? Writing is very therapeutic. It's also hard work. You know, you also break a sweat in both. So I always think about writing as very, very similar to exercise, right? It's a, you know, you got to work at it. It's not something, you know, it's not a fair expectation to give yourself to say, hey, you know what? I haven't written in years. I'm going to immediately lift 200 pounds. You know, I'm immediately going to lift, you know, a really complicated, deep story. You're like, yeah, you can get there, but you got to, you know, build up and do a project like that, which is like methodical and thoughtful and doing a little bit every day. I think that's a fantastic idea, though. And feel free to share stuff in. You know, we do edits all the time on here, so always feel free to share. And hopefully, you know, I've seen a lot of writing tools over the years, seen a lot of specific exercises, so if you ever share something, I'll be like, oh, hey, you know, it sounds like you might want to work on interiority, and these are some really great tools to work on that, or whatever. The you know, all of us have things that we're like, oh, you know, if we fine tune this particular aspect of writing, we'll be even stronger at the other side. But yeah, life's been good. It's been busy. I have a little one now, so taking care of the little guy is pretty intense. And just wrapping up. So this is a game. I should have changed my stream title, but I forgot. But this is the novel I'm working on right now. Oop, not Black Lettuce. I just realized. That's the novel I'm working on, and then the game, I haven't put a shortcut in for it yet. But also want my mental state to rise, because I know for a fact my writing skills have fallen. Yeah, and I think writing is really healthy for the mental state, right? And I think journaling, oh my gosh, like you know, journaling is so impactful, just because it gives you, even if it's not, you know, highfalutin writing, just journaling at the end of every day or at the beginning of every day just gives your mind the chance to lay everything that happened out and just process it. And it's so critical. Black lettuce, gross. That's what I should change the title. Black lettuce is way cooler than black lettuce. And the black lettuce, anything but the black lettuce. But follow it. Oh, follow age. I think I have a command for that. Let me see. Oh, it's somewhere tucked in here. Default. No, let's see. Current song. I think it's like, oh, it's how long, I think. Let's see. Oh, it didn't work. I'm glad, but also like journaling. So that's the great thing about writing, is it's also like going to the gym, where even if you never want to become a power lifter, you know, even if you try hitting my name, there you go. I don't know how to do that. Anyways, I'll figure it out. I'm very tech. I'm a Luddite. I'm very bad at this tech stuff. But I do think writing is very much like going to the gym, in terms of, even if you don't want to go pro, even if you don't want to become a professional power lifter, even if you don't want to go pro, it's just good for you. Oh, there we go. Following since September 11th, 2019. That's awesome. So you've been around for a while. So you've been around for a couple of years now. That's awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. Oh yeah, it's okay. You know, I always understand. Sometimes it's just nice to have something quiet in the background. So I understand. Don't worry. Um, you know, it is what it is. I won't get offended, but it's always good to catch up. Damn, 9/11. I know. Tough day. Is it part of the conspiracy theory? Is that why you followed on that day? I'm just kidding. Um, but all that to say, writing and journaling, even if you don't go pro with writing, it's great for you. Just like even if you don't want to be a marathon runner, professional, and all that stuff, just going on jogs is good for you. So I have a feeling that doing some journaling every day is a fantastic. I mean, don't even wait till January 1st to do it. Start now. Just, you know, warm up. And then by the time you get to that year timeline, you'll have built up those muscles. Oh, 2001 such a crap year. I know. Yeah, 2001 was rough, and then yeah, 2020 was pretty gnarly too, man. 2020 was gnarly. 2021's been better, you know. Even more to write. Yeah, I would say start now. And then one of the things is like build the habit now, and you'll find that it's just like building anything. Is you'll see like, oh, I think I need to do more of this, or I think I need to do more of that. And by the time you get to that, you know, 2022 start date, you'll have course corrected a lot of the things you want to fine tune. So I would say, yeah, start now. Get a sense of maybe like do it every other day or every week, once a week, just to kind of warm up. And then you'll see like, oh, you know, maybe I want to talk more about these things that happened in my day, or these thoughts, or maybe I wanted to be more philosophical and some of the philosophical thoughts I'm thinking about. And, you know, that type of, you know, self-discovery of what is this thing going to be can happen, you know. Yeah. 2001, we also lost a lot of well-known people. Yeah. Philosophy is my shit. Me too. I love philosophy. One of my favorite books, Boethius, Constellation of Philosophy. If you're ever looking for a good read. It's kind of dry. It's a little dry, but it's amazing. Because this guy literally wrote it on his on death row. So Boethius was it was in Rome, right? It was a long time ago. He was put on death row because he ticked off the wrong senator, and then his book is literally him coming to terms with his, like, he's about to be executed. He kind of writes down why, you know, he kind of, you know, writes through like why he believes that's going to be okay. And then and he kind of like comes to terms with it, and then you know, this is like one of the most well-known philosophy books of that era, and then he gets executed. Mark Aurelius is that dude. Nice. Because he does he has kind of his Pensées sort of thing. Thank you for the host. Well, thank you very much for the host. But yeah, it's a pretty great book. I do want to read Marcus Aurelius. I love, if you like Pascal, his Pensées are really mind-bendy, but that's another kind of like bite-sized philosophy. One for your host, hell yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? It's 1 a.m. I'm gonna be heading to bed pretty soon. I gotta go feed my little one. Yeah, the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Yeah, I should get that on EPUB. You know what? That's probably on Gutenberg. Yes. Meditations by the Emperor of Rome. So badass, you know? I'll just email this to myself here. Yeah, it's gonna be my next. I'm reading a biography on Lincoln right now, which is super interesting. What else is to... Def a good read, yeah. In Boston, anyways. Yeah, it's actually 4-way. Whoa! There's a lot by him I like. That's awesome. One of my 30 or 40 followers will show. That's great! That's awesome! That's awesome. Hey, well, you know what? That's what I love being a small streamer, because I actually get to have conversations with folks, you know? And, you know, I think I think one of the things that's sad about these, like, more, I can still watch these popular streams, but chat's just going too fast. You can't just catch up and hear folks what people are working on and what's going on with them. So I always am I'm very, very happy to have a few folks just come and hang out and shoot the bull. It just makes my night. What are your strongest traits? What's your crutch and hard time? What is this character's strongest traits? He's scrappy. And crack. There's a lot by him. I've been up for 2 days. Oof, that's tough. I had some pretty bad insomnia for a while, and I don't know if that's intentional to be up for 2 days or it's just the way it goes, but yeah, the insomnia is tough. A book actually helped a lot, which was Say Goodnight to Insomnia. Really, really helpful book. It just, same kind of deal. I had a lot of tools that were really helpful, and just kind of helped, yeah, just build, because it's just like, God, everything really just comes down to taking the time, reading up, learning the skills, and practicing. That goes for sleep, just like it goes for writing, Read some good techniques, read some books on writing, read some books on sleep, build the habits and practice. And God, isn't that, oh man, that's a truism, isn't it? Goodness gracious, in this life. At least that was my journey with insomnia. At least I know everybody's different, but it definitely was at least my. I still have some nights where it's tough to sleep and these types of things, but yeah, just getting a tool set and just like walking my brain through like a process before bed was surprisingly helpful. I think even like I wrote it down because I just write everything down. What these treats you don't have? Also, no worries. Oh, I mean, hey, who else is there to get attention? With my girl and I recently split up after 4.5 years. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Both were starting to realize things were changing. And whatever, I'd try to be an adult and talk to her about it, and she would blow off and run away and dwell instead of talking to me before I said I'd had enough. Well, relationships are very, very complicated and difficult. And yeah, and that's a very common cause for insomnia is grieving, right? And it's okay, even if it was a good thing to move on, and like it sounds like that's what you're describing is, hey, you know what? It probably was for the best for, that you all were having trouble communicating, no, it's been a long night. Yeah, it's totally okay. Sounds like it was a good thing that hey, it moved on, but it still is. But that can definitely make insomnia worse. Is dealing with something like grief. I mean, that was like even what the book said was like, hey, look, like if you're going through a tough time, it's okay. You're just gonna have insomnia for a little while, and keep working on your tools, and you'll get back on track. But yeah, I mean that's very, very common, very, very common. And it's okay to just say, hey, you know what? I can be sad that I won't have this person in my life as often, and I won't have this connection, even if it was, hey, whether it's the best for one person or for the other, even if it would have been nice to have worked out, but just knowing that I think is always helpful. But man, it's tough, especially 4 years is quite a while to connect with somebody, and yes, totally, that sounds like a very okay feeling to have, which is like, man, even though you know, it on paper it logically makes sense. It still is something totally okay to grieve about and just to feel like, man, this sucks. Like totally okay. I'm using this time to focus on me, working on nothing but my mental, physical, and especially emotional state. And that's a great game plan. That's awesome. And you know what? Like, I would honestly, that would make me encourage you to do your journaling project, to start it even sooner if you feel comfortable with that. And that's a great plan. It's just, hey, you know, take care of your physical health. It's gonna help your mental health. That's one of the reasons I jog every day, because I gotta take care of my mental health too. And me just getting outdoors and sunlight and jogging and those types of things are at least one of the ways I can kind of maintain my mental health. I have, you know, other stuff too, but it definitely makes the it's part of the playbook, you know. But yeah, I would say do the journaling. The journaling is such a helpful tool. And even on stream, you'll see me when I'll do the writing sprints and say, okay, journal if you want to journal. Like, you know, if you're not writing your story, that's okay, but journal. Because I do believe that journaling is such a powerful tool for mental health. It's so great. Are you getting off soon? I actually am. I have to jump off in about 2 minutes at 1:10. 1:10 is when I'm gotta feed the baby. Ugh. But definitely want to journal more often. Yes. So I guess 1:10 my time, 4:10 your time. Holy smokes! I don't know how you do it. You're tough as coffin nails, being able to stay up that late. I used to be able to stay up till 4, but I don't know. I'm old now. I can't take it. I can't take it as well. The hackles. You know, I actually have. I'll try to stop by more often. Yes. Always love to hear. And yeah. And I think the big thing is just go easy on yourself. I know that's something that I had to learn the hard way so many times. It's been a tough year. It's been a crazy year. It sounds like you're going through a tough time just in general with like losing a relationship, even if it was the right thing, is challenging. So just props to you for just approaching the issues and saying, hey, you know what? I want to work on this stuff. I'm going to go for it. Like, just saying that aloud is really powerful. So that's props to you for just saying, hey, you know what? This is my goal. I might not hit it perfectly. I might miss some days going to the gym. That's okay. But just saying, I'm going to give it my best shot. Give yourself a pat on the back for that, because, oh, you know, there's not that many, thanks for the cheers. Woo! Buy that baby food. Yes. Put a nickel in the machine. Yeah. No, hey man, every little bit helps. I'll tell you. But I appreciate it. But one thing that might help you. Let me before a character. Is it here? Yes, I do have it on there. So that default character sheet. Those are all characters for your story questions. But if you're looking at a journaling project, try these out and, you know, answer them as yourself, because especially if you're looking at a journaling project and, you know, you become the character in a project like that, you know, maybe, you know, just for the first few days of journaling, try filling a few things out. It's really comprehensive, so you don't feel obliged to do it all. It's just a tool set, right? Like, it's just one way to approach character, a few different angles to think through character, and I use it every time. So and I fill all the dumb details out because I think it makes a big difference. But for some people, they're like, I don't need to do all the details. But I hope that helps in your journey, and man, you're inspiring me. I need to start journaling again, and I'm actually going to journal tonight. You can hold me accountable. I'm going to journal at least a little bit tonight before I feed the baby. So have a good evening. I will see you soon. And thanks for reminding me about journaling. And I will definitely, I have to get on it. Oh, what's your Discord on your username? My Discord is here. And my username is lfinalboss, I think, on the Discord. I'm really bad at the technology. I wish I was better at the tech stuff. I'm shameful for being for being into Twitch and stuff. I'm sadly very backwards. But yeah, I'm final boss editing, I think, on this. I should just I'm L final boss. Sorry, or the final boss. There we go. Gosh. Anyways, take care. Have a good one. Have a great night.